imagines all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me. I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me.
But you know.
And you give me all of you. Oh,
Single like.
how many times do I have to tell
Say
you?
yes, say yes, say yes.
Crying, you're beautiful too.
Please. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Oh, good.
Booga, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BAV. So today we're going to talk about this video that you've just watched. That is about the public proposals that usually go wrong. So kumekuanga quite a number of similar events zenye mmeona just in the first video. You've seen so many people wakijaribu ku propose to their lovers, but it turned out that the results, or rather the events that actually followed after their proposal haikuwa vile wasa wana expect. So why do most of these public proposals usually go wrong? Why do they go wrong? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And let me just take you through about through the caption so that you can be able to understand whatever's been happening. So as I've said, we're going to talk about something that keeps happening: public proposals going wrong. And I think we've all seen the viral videos. One person on their knee, full of love and hope, only to be met with the hesitation, rejection, or even outright embarrassment. So my question is, so why does this embarrassment come in, and why does this rejection come in at the end of the proposal? Because you also need to know that at times you always have to expect both negative and positive outcomes whenever you try and whenever you make a proposal to your woman. That is, if you haven't known each other well for a while, and if you haven't connected to the point that you understand whatever your partner likes or what he or she doesn't like. So let me just take you through. So you've seen the setup, heartbreaking proposal in a restaurant that actually went viral on Valentine's 2025. That is 14th Feb 2025. So that was a man hoping to surprise his girlfriend on Valentine's Day. He proposed in front of a crowd, but instead of a yes, the woman walked away, leaving him kneeling with the ring in his hand. and leaving a ring, leaving the ring in his hands, tears in the eyes. So customers tried to encourage her, but she still refused. And this ain't the first time we've seen something like this happen. So back to question number one: why do a majority of public proposals fail? Okay, before we also answer this question, you need to understand that at some point kuna kwanga na zile stunts, wasana wapiganga tu PR stunts to ensure that msee labda ana go viral so that he or she can be able to get some endorsement somewhere. That might be the case. Then apart from that, let's get back to reality. Why do most of the public proposals fail? So you need to know why you need to also understand you need to understand the reason as to why some people reject proposals, especially in public. So let me just give you a small breakdown. So after doing some sort of research, and after doing some issuing out some questionnaires and doing quite a number of interviews from various partners out there today, so I was able to get these are the following are my findings. So number one thing that most of one of the major reasons to why most of the public proposals usually fail is because they lack what you call readiness. So this is a scenario. Let me just give you an example of what I mean by lacking readiness. So one partner may not be emotionally or mentally ready for the marriage. You get, so unapata kuna mmoja alikuwa watu walikuwa na date wawili, they are in good, they are enjoying their dating stage where bado wanajuana, they're still enjoying the first stages of their love life, but it reaches a point mmoja na propose mwingine without mentally preparing him or her. Anakuja na surprise tu, na maybe we alikuwa expect, maybe we can do, alikuwa expect something like this maybe happen in 4 or 5 years to come, but this one, the other one actually proposed too soon. So number 2, relationship issues. So kwa relationship issues unapatanga the relationship might not be at the stage where the proposal makes sense. The same way nimekuwa explaining number 1 I've said lack of readiness. Number 2, it's about the relationship issues. So ukiwa unataka kuproposia like your love partner or somebody that you think you are trying to build something with in life, you need to at least make some sort of preparation. Mwambie mapema, mwambie why, as in let him or her know that anytime, as in just prepare him or her for such an event. You don't do it abruptly. Even though wanasemanga love is blind, or maybe you're supposed to just accept whenever your spouse proposes. But as for me, I'll say at some point mwenye anaonyesha rejection in such a stance, haimaanishi ati ni mtu mbaya. At some point inamaanisha he or she was not ready, because she's just as honest as she appeared. She made it look real. But it's so painful to the guy mwenye anakuanga ame reject proposal yake because anakuanga kwa crowd. So it's so embarrassing. Then number 3, people do this because of what you call public pressure. So some people feel overwhelmed by the audience and say yes out of pressure, only to regret it later. So unapata msee juu since mwanamke wake ama boy wake amemtolea hiyo pete kwa public, na papo pia kuna kwanga na hiyo audience inachocha, say it. They usually say it. Now if they say it, now pia unaweza come to the pressure, now you start saying yes. Na unajua vizuri msee mko kwa relationship yenye hauoni ni kama inaenda mali, but I think because of nisemeje, should I call it desperation, or I don't know what to call it, but you're barely hanging on the relationship, like it's not going anywhere. But because of public pressure, you now end up succumbing to that kind of you now end up making that kind of decision. Then another reason as to why we usually see rejections in public proposals, we've got what we call different expectations. So maybe one partner might have expected a private or maybe an intimate proposal rather than a public spectacle. Unakujanga unapata maybe he or she wasn't comfortable with that kind of setting, or rather that kind of a scene. She will just be honest with the kind of she'll just be honest to you that you have actually done the opposite of what you expected. And what happens when you do what your partner doesn't want you to do? It means that you've already gone past the boundaries. You haven't respected whatever she had told you earlier on. And what good do we have in a relationship that has got no respect? Unaona? So apart from that, kuna pia we've got quite a number of ideas, or rather quite a number of opinions nilipata kwa the guys that actually interviewed how to avoid a similar public embarrassment when it comes to matters concerning public proposals. So number 1, let's talk about the solutions. If you're planning to pop the question, if you're planning to give us an answer, or rather to give us an opinion, let us let's take a look at the following points on how to avoid the public embarrassment. Then comment section hapo chini, you're going to give us your feedback. So number one, you need to have a talk first. So before you actually propose, you need to discuss with your marriage partner, and you also need, by discussing with him or her, it means that you're trying to get a sense of their thoughts on commitment of future plans and on the commitments and the future plans. So this means that time mnaongea pamoja, you're actually trying to work on what we call the connection that you have, unaona. So it means the more you talk together, the more the stronger the bond becomes. So when it reaches to the point of proposing, it becomes so easy for him or her to actually agree to your proposal, because he or she knows already where you're going. So talking first is very, very important, and I think that's the most crucial stage in any kind of relationship. Then number two, you also need to gauge your spouse comfort with public attention. Si kila mtu anakuanga that kind of confidence place in a public space. So some people love grand gestures while others prefer private moments. You need to understand between having a grand gesture and interacting and having private moments, which one is the most comfortable, or rather, which one do you think your partner prefers? Then number three, apart from having the talk first and gauging their comfort with public attention, you also need to test the water subtly. So by testing the water subtly, I mean you need to casually bring up scenarios like, would you prefer a private or public proposal? Would you like this? Would you like doing this in a yacht? Will you like doing this in town? Would you like doing this at the rooftop? Or do you like doing this at a restaurant somewhere in Mbujuani na watu? Unaona? It depends with the kind of setting that both of you are comfortable with. Kama unapenda place iko public, kama unapenda place iko public and your spouse pia ni mtu mwenye anapenda place iko open na kuinteract na place yenye watu wako, yeah, then do it. But if at all apendi place iko public, na wewe mngangano unaenda kumpeleka place watu wako wamejaa, na unajua vizuri she doesn't want to expose her relationship to other people out there, then number one, you should expect nothing but rejection. There's a high chances are high, odds are high that your proposal itakuwa turned down and you're going to go back home a very, very bitter person. So apart from testing the water subtly, you also need to understand that you also need to choose the right setting. So if your partner values intimacy, consider a private setting instead of a public spectacle. Then apart from that, we've got also what we call expecting both sides of the coin. What do I mean by expecting both sides of the coin? You should have what we call a free or an open mind, whereby you are ready for any outcome. You should be able to prepare for any outcome, because of course kila mtu anatakanga, most of us in everything we do, we usually expect to have better results, or rather the positive results that we are yearning for. But at some point, you also need to understand that some things are out of your control. You might be doing the good things to ensure that actually you reap good fruits out of it, but not everyone is the same. Kila mtu hatuko the same, you're different. So by preparing, by saying you need to prepare for any outcome, you need to understand that no matter how sure you are, always be emotionally prepared for any response, because there is no certainty in life. You might give somebody the whole world, you might do everything for somebody you love, but at the end of the day, he or she is going to make that bold decision. He or she is going to actually decide whether to settle with you or to dump you. He or she is going to decide whether you're going to have a long-term relationship or a short-term relationship, because at the end of the day, you're the one who is tabling your ideas, and she or he is the one who is actually going to ensure that your idea becomes alive, or brings, he or she is going to decide whether you're going to bring the idea to life, or it's actually going to be thrown into the pit of oblivion. So, to my conclusion, I think at the end of the day, one thing you need to understand is that a proposal is about love, not about performance. You get, most of the people who actually propose nowadays wanafanyanga hizi vitu mbele ya watu, so that they actually wanaifanya for PR, and wanakuanga na target, wanakuanga na kitu wanataka kuachieve at the end of the day. Remember, some of these guys are actually working for some on some contracts zenye wamefasaina ma corporates, so they need to be to stay relevant in their field, in the field they are in. So at the end of the day, I've said a proposal is just about love. It's about love. It's not about performance, and it should be a very special and meaningful moment between two people, not a scene of an audience. You get? So si kila time ukienda mbele ya wasee ati oh kuna DM sasa ati kila mtu lazima aone vipindi zizi. And before you go down on one knee and make sure on one knee and propose to somebody you love, you need to also make sure that you truly understand your partner's feelings, because at the end of the day, I've told you and I'm going to repeat, if you don't understand your partner's feelings, it means that chances are high that he or she is going to reject your proposal, because you atakuwa anaona ni kama una rush, and that there is nothing worse than rushing in a relationship. You be very very sure mnaenda kuganda. Yeah, so that's it for today. I don't know, this episode was just generally balancing storytelling and analysis and advice to the guys who are actually watching this particular episode. So I don't know what's your call, what's your opinion, guys. So kindly like and comment on the comment section. Let me get your comments on the section below, so that I can be able to understand your views, so that pia tusikue tu tuko rigid. Unaona, it's good to share information. So share information uko nayo about Valentine's, about my proposals. Should they be done in public or private places? I don't know. Origin is the most preferred. I don't know. So comment section iko hapo chini, talk to me. See you next time. Adios muchachos. Peace.